Hello guys, good morning, good evening and good night to you, wherever you are. In today's video, I'll give you my combined 11 for Arsenal and Manchester United because they will play this weekend. And let me remind you, this is my opinion, so if you disagree with my opinion, tell me in the comments below, there's no problem. Then we can have a constructive debate. So let's start with the goalkeeper. Obviously between Leno or De Gea. But recently, De Gea has performed badly, but this year he's performed good, and Leno has always been a very good goalkeeper. But if you remember the days of 2017 when De Gea was saving Manchester United every time, those were the good days when De Gea was at the best form, and I think he can get back to that. So I'll put him in goal as the combined 11. And then my back four is Tierney, Gabriel, Maguire, and Wan-Bissaka. Let me explain why. In left back, it's between either Tierney or Luke Shaw. Or maybe you could say Tellez. But Tellez, I haven't seen enough from him to say that he deserves to be the left back. And Luke Shaw isn't performing the best. He's a good left back, but not a very good left back. And Tierney, I think, is a very good left back. So that's why I chose him. And then centre back, Gabriel and Maguire. Because I believe they're a good partnership. And then obviously David Luiz, I believe, shouldn't be part of this. You could say Maguire hasn't been performing very good, but actually, this season he's performed okay, which is good enough to get into the centre-back partnering of between Manchester United and Arsenal because they do not have a very good centre-backs. And then the right back, it's obviously between Wan-Bissaka and Bellerin, and I think Wan-Bissaka is the better right back. Obviously, attackingly, Bellerin is better than Wan-Bissaka, but defensively, Wan-Bissaka is one of the best. And I think Tierney attacking, Wan-Bissaka staying back a bit, that's a perfect combination. Then now my midfield, Partey, Fred and Bruno. The controversial pick you might say is Fred, but recently he's been performing very good, and you might have heard in my Manchester United vs Arsenal preview, I said Fred would be the main man in this game for Manchester United because he's honestly a very good centre mid. He can play defensive midfielder, he can play box to box, not attacking midfielder, but he's a very good midfielder, and I think he deserves to play. Partey, I haven't seen much of Partey, but I'd rather have him than Matic because Matic is slow, but he is experienced, but still slow, so he won't fit the style of this generation. And then Partey instead of McTominay, that's an obvious choice. Why would I put McTominay in this team, especially as a defensive midfielder? He's more of a box to box. And then the obvious choice, Bruno Fernandes. I think he's the best midfielder out of both clubs. And probably I'll give him the captain's armband out of this team. And I believe he'll help this team a lot and improve them if there was a combined 11 in real life. But there's not, so we can't say anything now. Then, my front three, Rashford, Aubameyang and Greenwood. You might say, why Greenwood over Pepe or why Greenwood over Willian? And you could also say that Greenwood is a striker, he's not a right winger. There's many things you could say about Greenwood, but honestly I think he's already now a very good player. And he's a very clinical player. I don't think anyone can argue about that. And then Willian and Pepe, I don't think they've shown much to play instead of Greenwood. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was a rotation for Greenwood and Pepe or Greenwood and Willian. But I believe Greenwood is the first choice. And then the centre forward, Aubameyang. Why is he not playing as the left wing? Because I believe Aubameyang's best position is the centre forward, where he's involved most of the time in the game. When he's not involved and plays left wing and wide, then he plays a bit poor. And then the left winger, Marcus Rashford. I could possibly put him as a striker, but I think his better position is as left winger because he's more involved in the game and he uses his skills well. But as a striker, he cannot play well with his back to goal. And as a left winger, he can use his skills and dribble past players and possibly a long shot with his knuckleball technique. Guys, maybe you disagree with me, maybe you agree with me. And if you have a combined 11, tell me in the comments below. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and make sure to subscribe and goodbye.